What's up, YouTube? My name is Marina and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about how Colin Kaepernick is no good for Black America. Colin Kaepernick is no good for Black America because Colin Kaepernick and other celebrities like him, when they stand up for the social injustice towards Black people, you might as well say it's a slap in the face towards Black ancestors and towards the Black people who are actually trying to progress in their lives. Why is it a slap in the face? Because celebrities like Colin Kaepernick are reminding us of our past, reminding us of our struggles and the hardships that our ancestors faced. When in reality, our ancestors, they had some of the worst circumstances that we could ever think of experiencing today, and they still triumphed. Yet, the leaders of the Black community these days are scarce, few and far in between. And why? Because everyone is so busy worried about Black lives mattering to other people. I've been nervous to do this video. You know why? Because I wanted my life to matter to other people. In reality, I realize I'm saying something completely different. Some would call it controversial. Some would call it truth. And I've realized that you can't get friends out of speaking the truth all the time. You get genuine people, and those are few and far in between too. In the Black community, when you speak too much truth, you better watch out because you face a lot of insults, a lot of accusations, a lot of possible threats. People want to come to your house. People want to see you in the street. And that is the problem with with the Black community. Even being Black, living in a predominantly Black city, growing up, of course, I didn't fit in there. Black people gave me my first introduction to the fact that my race was going to be an issue. It's never been an issue to white people that I know of. It's been an issue to Black people. You know why? Because some of the darkest kids in school used to call me Black Pots and Pans and Black Arena and all sorts of things. I've grown up to realize that there's a lot of things going on in the Black community that celebrities like Colin Kaepernick cannot fix. Such as broken homes, the number of incarcerated men and women who are Black, the number of Black people who have been murdered by Black people, the number of young girls who are molested, young boys who are molested on a daily basis by people they grew up with, people the same skin color as them. But we want to follow celebrities like Colin Kaepernick for standing up for social injustice because, wow, that is a problem. Black people have been getting killed by by the law for years, by police officers for years, and we're tired of it. Well, aren't we tired of living in these impoverished neighborhoods? Aren't we tired of not raising our children to be successful? Some Black people have been so fortunate, many Black people have been very fortunate to make it out of their circumstance, but how do you think they got there? It most certainly wasn't by focusing on celebrities and waiting for them to take a platform that they aren't necessarily sure if they're going to be on the ride for a long time. Colin Kaepernick is at least on this ride for 10 months because he promised that he would donate $100,000 a month to several organizations fighting against social injustice. But when those child support checks are gone, where will he be? What will he think of next? The Black community needs to know, and they need to understand that no amount of money in the world could fix the issues going on in the Black community. It takes independent change, individual change. And no change can be made as long as many black people in America carry this feeling of entitlement because of these celebrities like Colin Kaepernick, who says, "You're right, you're not being treated fairly, you deserve this, you deserve that, you deserve this, you deserve that." Meanwhile, not many in the black community are giving themselves what they deserve. Anything outside of money. That's sad. And because I do not side with Colin Kaepernick, because I take a lot of responsibility for my failures, I take a lot of personal responsibility for my failures, I'm unlike most black people. So when this video is released and when my blog post comes out, 5 reasons why blacks shouldn't support Colin Kaepernick, I'll probably be ostracized or talked bad about or very disrespected or accused of wanting to be someone I definitely am not. Because there's a lot of truth that black people can't take. I used to be proud to be black in modern day society. I'll always be proud to be black according to my ancestors, those who have fought and died trying to provide me an opportunity to have equal rights, me an opportunity to excel in this lifetime. But as far as what's going on now, as far as fighting for social injustice towards black people, I refuse to join that fight until black people can acknowledge and seek to solve the issues that's going on with our community and acknowledge that black on black crime exists and that black on black crime cannot hold a candle to black people being killed by white police officers. That is a minor infraction of the gigantic problems that's going on in society, and it frustrates me tremendously that the black community wants to continue to focus on something that didn't even stop our ancestors. Our ancestors persevered in the midst of even worse circumstances. Family, friends were being hung right before their eyes, set on fire. And you mean to tell me that they, most of them were successful, yet a lot of us aren't? How did they have more black leaders when slavery was at its peak than what we have now? I'll tell you why. Because although our ancestors were going through traumatic experiences, they made it out of them. They still became who they needed to be. And if you are a fighter for social injustice, do it because it burns in your heart, not because you're at home with nothing else better to do. Don't be seasonal with it. There's only a few black people who were created on this earth to fight social injustice, and the fact that everybody else is doing it, that's the reason I don't want to join. Black people need to acknowledge that, yeah, we do have shortcomings, but the government and whoever else we're demanding justice from can only give us so much before we have to take responsibility for our own actions. And people like Colin Kaepernick cannot do that for us, no matter how much money he chooses to donate, no matter the shoes, no matter the camp he starts, which I want to talk about the Know Your Rights camp. It's a campaign, so I was saying Know Your Rights campaign. Anyway, it's a campaign centered around defense. Why should black people feel like they need to educate themselves on finances and whatever else he talks about because of the fact that racism exists? No. Do not threaten the security of blacks, Colin Kaepernick. You are threatening our security because you know that's what we're used to. You know that's going to cause us to act erratic. You have to realize, black people, that these celebrities are already stable. They already have reliable income. Colin Kaepernick can wake up tomorrow and decides he don't want nothing else to do with the fight with black people or people of color and that he quits. And while he'll be shunned or and memes will be made about him, he'll still go on living his $22 million life. The man received a $126 million contract with Nike shoes. Why is he donating just $1 million? He has far more than $1 million. So I'm curious to know where this is going to end up and how black people are going to benefit from it. I don't really see black people benefiting from this, to be honest. I see a lot of continued anger in the black community. I see a lot of continued hatred and crime and unanswered questions and the prioritizing of materialistic items. I see all of that. I'm tired of seeing my community like that. I'm tired of majority of black people getting defensive because you decide to focus on the negative. It's like all of the black community issues are negative. There's really nothing to be praised. And that's the sad truth. Another sad truth is that black people are so quick to make these celebrities our children's heroes, and that's disgusting because no child should be knowing about Beyonce at this stage of their life. No child should be knowing about um, Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. Like, are you serious? You are raising children to disrespect our flag and receive nothing. They'll be angry at America and receive nothing. And we are just experiencing a disconnect with teaching our children. You have to be productive members of society. We have to instill in our children it's important for them to get to know themselves and to go with their first mind, to always try their hardest, and they can do it. We shouldn't be passing them off to celebrities. Look at this celebrity, they did that. Look at this celebrity, they did that. Because a child's first teacher is not a celebrity. A child's first teacher is their parent. I could go on for days. But this video, it's 12 minutes. It's going to be 12 minutes or whatnot. I don't know. I am just very saddened at the black community. I'm sad, mad, frustrated, and I want the black community to get their junk together. I want the black community to stop waiting on these celebrities to take a public stance when they are comfortable in their homes and our minds are still lost and still trapped in suffrage. There's not many people that are going to tell black people these things. You know why? Because a lot of them will prefer that we drown. I know I'm not saying what some people want to hear, but I'll be damned if I let people who do not understand the thoughts that they're having drown, because everyone can benefit from some understanding. So sip that tea. Until next time, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and will most definitely try my best. I will most definitely try my best to get back to you. More than likely, I will. Anyway, peace.